Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Shira Raymond here with Suddenly Single and the Stride of Life. And we have an important topic to talk about because I'm switching gears a little bit in where I'm going. And so I really wanted to talk about starting over after divorce or loss of a spouse or loved one. And what does that do for you? I know for a lot of people, I'm divorced almost 2 years, and it was a big transition for me when I got divorced. But I had been doing a lot of work up until that point, for about 3 years before I even asked for the divorce. So I already had a game plan in place when I asked for the divorce. And that really included knowing where I wanted to live and what I wanted my life to look like. So, one of the things that I think is really important is many times when these transitions happen in our life, we don't look at them as an opportunity to create something different. See, most of us just put one foot in front of the other and go from day to day and don't even think about that we can really create a different reality. And that's what I'm hoping you will get out of this today. Because life is a springboard for growth, and we always have opportunities to change. And I know a lot of times when women are in their 50s or 60s or 70s and are either divorced or, just recently gotten divorced or lost a loved one, their significant other, a lot of times the kids will be like, oh, great, come and live next to us and you can babysit the kids and, it'll be really wonderful. But is that what you want? I know for me, I mean, I would love to be available when my kids have kids to occasionally help out, but I don't want my sole life to be their babysitter because I have created a new life for myself that I really enjoy. And so sometimes when these life transitions happen, if we haven't planned for it financially or, really thought about where we are and where we're holding, then we can't create anything new. And I know for me, I mean, I asked for a divorce in November. We signed the paperwork in February. It was filed with the court. And I was on a plane mid March moving halfway around the world to Israel. And there were many reasons why I chose to do that. One, I really miss being in Israel. It's just such a spiritual and an amazing place to be. But secondly, I knew monetarily my life would be much easier because we have socialized medicine here. So my health insurance literally costs me about 25 bucks a month for the top tier insurance, as opposed to if I was stayed in America and it was going to be, $600 to $800 a month. I would have had to go out and get a full-time job in order to cover my expenses. And I wasn't ready to do that. I want to be able to work when I want to work and not do that 40-hour a week thing. So for me, moving to another country made a lot of sense financially, spiritually, emotionally, just in many, many different directions. And it's really helped me to grow and evolve into who I am today and who I continue to grow into being. Because one of the things that I've learned through this whole experience is that when we focus on gratitude, no matter what's going on in our life, it opens the door and creates a greater connection with God or source energy. And I know for me, the more that I connected with gratitude and was so appreciative of everything around me, the trees and the flowers, Right, today I was driving down to I guess, a suburb within the city that I live in, and there was a huge roundabout, and there's huge trees in the middle of it. But all of a sudden, there were like bushes there that were like blooming in purple, and purple happens to be my favorite color. And so I was like, "Oh wow, thank you, God, for giving me the eyes to see these beautiful colors." Because there's so many things that we can express gratitude for, but for the most part, we take things for granted. So I know I harp on gratitude all the time because for me it was life changing. But really, what I want you to start to do is to look at what areas in my life do I like, and what areas in my life would I like to change and grow. Because you have an opportunity here. Now you can close one chapter of your life and open up a whole new chapter or a whole new book. And now you can write this one how you want to live it. Because you have nobody dictating the terms of how you're going to live your life except for you. So are you willing to really sit down and do some soul searching and explore, like, okay, maybe your finances has gone down significantly. And if you stay in that same town that you are currently living in, are you going to have to go out and get a full-time job in order to stay there and maintain that lifestyle that you're living? And if you're not willing to do that because you're enjoying the free time, maybe it's time to look at, what? Where can I go that I can have the quality of life that I want to have on my budget? Because if you Google like 10 best inexpensive places for expats, man, you can end up in a tropical paradise for like $2,000 a month, or maybe a little bit more. And so you could be living a really, really great life just by being creative and thinking, what can I do to create a different existence? Because nothing is set in stone. And just because you've lived in one place or one town for 10, 20, 30, 50 years, okay, who cares? Your feet aren't cemented to the ground. And you have the opportunity now to really think about what it is that you want to do, what you want to create, what kind of lifestyle you want to have. I mean, if you're really active and you want to be on the beach, fine, find a beach town. There's plenty of them. South of Portugal is pretty cheap for expats to live at, or even other places in the Caribbean. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to take this opportunity now and to really dive deep into, okay, what are my finances? And if I can't afford to live the same lifestyle that I'm living in the place that I'm living at right now, where can I go and live, have that same kind of lifestyle on a much more reasonable budget? And who knows, you may end up with the most amazing experience just because you're willing to be creative and think outside of the box. I love being outside of the box. I color outside of the box all the time. I think it's really fun. And I think that was really hard for my ex-husband because I was always dreaming of really big things and really being creative in the way that I wanted to live my life and to look at life, and know that especially God or source energy can bless you with all the greatest abundance in the world. But if you don't dream it, how do you create it? And my dreams were so big, they really scared the heck out of my ex-husband instead of me. But I have to say, I'm living my dream life. And I'm so happy. And I want to encourage all of you out there to really think about what it is that you are accomplishing right now And what would you do differently if you started to think outside of the box and really create something different? Because pretty much anywhere in the world, especially if you're an English speaker, most countries have expats from, the UK or the US, and you can find your connection of new friends that you can go and do things with and have an amazing life on a new lifestyle much cheaper than what you could if you stayed in the United States. So, in the coming weeks, as we go forward with this, I'm actually going to be launching a TV show soon, hopefully next week on Everyday Women, everydaywoman.tv.com. You'll be able to stream it on all the main streaming channels, and you can look for this show there or on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to do things a little bit differently, and I'm going to bring in experts, financial experts, and maybe travel agents and other people to help you understand that you can create a different life if you're willing to do it. So I hope you stay tuned and you stick with us. Put your comments in the video below, and don't forget to join the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/thestrideoflife. And if you want to come on the show and ask your questions live, I would love to have you come on as a guest and ask your questions of either me or these other experts that I'm going to be having on the show. So I look forward to seeing you. We'll have the Daily Dose this week. We'll talk more about creating your dream life. And I wish you all a blessed day.